Alright, so welcome to my explanation and usage so far of Dlive TV. So, if you haven't heard Dlive before, this probably video isn't the best thing for you, but I guess it's the very first time you've heard of Dlive. It's probably not the best video. I just started using Dlive TV about 3 days ago, so not much more, but I'm streaming on there. So, um, what I have found so far. So, one thing I have found so far is that the platform is pretty cool. They have a nice homepage as you're seeing it now. Um, Creators on the rise. So, over the last 24 hours, it's showing you the um, top people who have gotten Lino points, um, over the course of the last 24 hours. So, right now, Lino points are worth uh, 1.2 pennies. So 1 1/5 of a penny. Um, so people are essentially donating Lino points to streamers, and their concept for this platform is the streamer, the content creator who just got donated to, gets 90.1% of that donation, and the remaining 9% goes to a pool, basically a distribution pool. So what's interesting about this is that in the Lino network, right? So you have people who are buying Lino points and selling Lino points, or essentially cashing in Lino points. And so you have this market, right, where um, essentially the pool, that 9% of donations, right, is put away and saved away every day, and at 3:30 Eastern, or 8:30 BST. I'm not sure what BST stands for. Um, the pool gets released to the people who have locked in Lino points. So what it means to be locked in. So let me switch over to my Lino account here. So as you can see, right now I have 7,500 locked in Lino points. And so what that means is, so yesterday, right? Yesterday I got 16 Lino points from the daily pool. That was my portion of it. Today, as you can see, I can redeem now. I got 19.58 Lino points. So as you can see, that fluctuated a whole within itself, right? Between 16 and 19, that fluctuated a whole 2%. And I didn't I didn't lock in any more Lino points than I did yesterday. So that content pool, right, that 9% that people are sharing increased. So donations are increasing. And so what you'll see is if you have a high enough locked in ratio, you'll get more Lino points um, the more people donate. So as the platform grows, right, and people lock in more, and if as long as that ratio stays within, well, see, that's the thing, we don't know what the ratio is going to be. So I guess here, let me do a calculation for you real quick. So 7,500 Lino points, that's what I have locked in. So yesterday, that was um, I'll go to a calculator app because I don't have one here. Calculator. Right now my web is blocked. So so what I'll do is 7,500, well 16.22 is what I got yesterday. Divided by 7,500. So right there, that's my percent. That's my percent share that I got out of the distribution pool. That's the percent share everyone got. So let me repeat that. Everyone got 0.002%, or 2/10 of a percent. So in 10 days, right, that's 2% overall. So however many Lino points anyone else had locked in, whether it was 7,500, 10,000, 100,000, they would be getting 0.002 times their percent or times their locked in points back. So let's say, for instance, we'll take this number and say, oh, I had 100,000 Lino points, right? Well, that means I got 216 Lino points back. So what that means, all right, so let's go back to this. This concept is very interesting. So essentially, you have these locked in people who are quote unquote invested, right, in the platform, and they're making returns or essentially dividends on their platform investment daily. And you can claim it daily. I was talking to a helper yesterday on their Discord, and they said you don't have to claim it daily, right, on the Lino tracker where it says redeem now, right? So I can redeem this in 30 days. It doesn't matter, or forever, they said. So that's interesting as well. So if I go back to my calculator, so yesterday the distribution pool amounted to me and everyone else getting 0.002. So if we look at today, so today the distribution, so this number right, this middle value right here, this content reward pool, this is the reward pool that is shared amongst everyone. So what that tells me is there's $424,723 being shared amongst everyone. That's the 9%, which seems like a lot, right? But that's what I've gathered so far. That's the number. So if that's what people are sharing, right, and we go back to my Lino account and we see, okay, I got 19 Lino today. So my locked in value is, I got 19.58. My locked in value is 7,500. So I go back to my calculator, right? 19.58 divided by 7,500. So I got a, that's a very small, I'm very tricky with fractions here. But I got a half of a tenth back of a percent more than yesterday. So, all right. So that means I got 2.5 tenths of a percent, 2.6 tenths of a percent back. So in 10 days, maybe I'll have 2.6% back on my investment or initial 7,500, right? So, if we go to the Lino tracker and we take that value 0.0026 and we take this value 424,723, so what we're going to try to figure out is if everyone got 2/6 2.5 tenths of a percent. Geez, that's hard. Why is that so difficult? So I'll copy this number, this value, and I'll write this 424,723 down. And what I'll do is I will, is it highlighted? I'll divide that by, oh, whatever. I'll just do it manually. So I'll divide that by the percentage. So what that should give me, I believe, I think, is the amount of locked in Lino. Right? So that's 162,729,118 Lino. Okay, so if I took that number, just to make sure we simple algebra here, make sure we everything adds up on both sides of the equation. So if that's the total pool, then my 7,500 should account for 0.00261% of that. So let me do that number real quick. So, oh, this is going to be a fun one. Copy this. And I'll do divided by, no, the other way. 7,500 divided by paste. Why is it not pasting? 162.729.118. Oh, that's completely wrong. My math is off here. Um, oh no, that's the percent I got back. So what it really should be, huh? Okay, so that's my share. That's my share, which doesn't really mean anything. So I calculated this number and it doesn't actually mean anything to what you're getting. Because you don't get, sure, my 7500 is only that really small percentage of the total Lino points that are locked in with everyone in the stream platform, but I'm still getting that 0.2% back on my portion of it. So, um, I guess that makes sense. That's my small piece of the pie. That's what that value is. I'm not sure what I was thinking before, but yeah, that's the value of what that is. Um, so again, um, that's interesting because if you were to put in like, let's say, so we saw that the locked in pool today seemed to be 162 million, which is a lot less than it was yesterday. So I'm not sure if maybe I'm just completely wrong in figuring this out because I mean this is the kind of the linchpin here. This content reward pool. If this value is not actually correct, then I'm basing these numbers off of data. So I mean, I'm trying to back into what the total locked in number is. Um, Now what I'm thinking is that you could essentially uh, they have the search tool here. I mean, you could essentially brute force the users here and essentially like if you click on a username, I'll just click on this person and you look on the balance history, right? You should be able to see the amount of voter deposit, and this person happens to not have done anything. So voter deposit is when you lock in rewards. So they haven't actually done anything. So let me go pick someone else. Lama Lamakins. Nice name. Uh, Again, no one deposited anything. Oh, jeez. I'll go to someone who I know, like me. I'll go to me. So Oblivion YMD. Um, right. So I'll go voter deposit. Right. You would be able to see essentially brute force that number and see how much there actually is, and transfer out. I believe is what you would be removing from your voter deposit. And then you can look at your claim rewards, see what everyone's claimed. So I've claimed 16, but it doesn't tell me today because I haven't claimed it yet. So I mean, there's some interesting things here, and I mean, so they have this Lino, the test network tracker for Lino here, and it's showing you the live data for that. And I guess if this number isn't correct, then the total locked in number that I just calculated earlier isn't correct. But let's assume for now that that number is valid because I believe it's valid. I mean, I think there's like 10 billion Lino available, like supply ever. Um, Now that's not currently what everyone's holding, right? There's not 10 billion out there. Um, and I guess that makes sense that I mean I could get back to this and see if I can come up with a way to like not brute force, but like search through their history. I think they have ways to like download CSV files, comma separated value files, and you could write a quick app to or program to calculate those numbers. But so far Dlive, it's an interesting platform. I mean, you have streamers streaming on Twitch and Mixer and Periscope, not really Periscope, YouTube Live, all these streaming platforms, advertisements, right? Subscription models, the revenue models, they just kind of, let's just say, are crap. And so Dlive comes in with this not only interesting idea to reward the content creator, right? They get 90%, but then also to share that 9% with the people who have invested or locked in to the platform itself. So let me talk to being locked in for a second. Locked in points. So you can lock in points, and you can lock in a minimum of 1,000. So I don't know if there's a max here. Right? Doesn't look like there's a max. I mean, I could go lock in 1,000,000 points maybe. That would be crazy, but I don't have that many. And then so you can also unlock points. So unlock amount. Unlock is the process of converting Lino stake to Lino points. Um, and what you'll notice is that I think I swear yesterday it was showing a disclaimer here, but I'm pretty sure somewhere I know where it says it. You when you unlock points, it takes about 12 weeks for them to validate and unlock those points for you. So expect a wait. It's not going to be instant. I haven't tried it yet, of course, but who knows. Um, so, but yeah, I mean, I am just getting started streaming here. I came over from Twitch, and I really didn't have a following there. So I'm hoping new platform, new people. I'm gonna meet some people, network, and I think it's a really cool idea. And if Lino points take off, right? If sure, right now it's on a test network. The cryptocurrency is on a test network, and it's a fixed value. It's 1.2 cents, USD. If in the future, I know they said they want to come off the test network and release it, and I think in the next year, I think they said they want to do that. Then it'll be an exchange value associated with it, and I was reading something saying they might want to make it a an auction an auction, kind of like an auction off points, which seems interesting. Um, but essentially, you can get Lino points, and right here you can see $1.22 for 88. And what is that? I mean, right, that's doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense either. Did it go up? I swear it should be 1.2 cents. Eh, interesting. 7888 is 108.8. 7888 divided by 108.8 is, oh no, wrong way. I'm having trouble here, folks. 1.5 cents. Ah, interesting. So, anyways, what was I saying? I know this is kind of, I'm rambling on here, I feel like, but I mean, you can. I don't think it's a scam. So hear me out. I mean, the platform is fully fledged. They're trying. There's people in their Discord. They're always helping. I've been watching. I've been listening. I'm not the best at picking out scams, but like this seems like they're not trying to take your money and run. I think the idea is a very novel idea. Will it take off? We'll see in the future. Time will tell. Um, but I guess there's a lot of opportunity there. So if it does take off, right? If big streamers start coming to Dlive and PewDiePie came over here, right, to stream live solely on Dlive. And I know there's that whole huff he's streaming for a scam, but like, what makes it a scam? The fact that people are locking in points to get money back, like how is it a bad thing? They're rewarding viewers. They're giving 90% of the money that other people are donating to them with Lino points to the streamer. How is that a scam? You can cash in those points for uh, currency via PayPal. I mean, it just doesn't seem like it makes sense. People are saying it's a scam. It's not a scam. I mean, unless they're hiding it really well, and like a year from now, it's just gonna completely crash, and oh, it's just a giant Ponzi scheme, because it's not a Ponzi scheme. So, in order for you to get paid, other people have to donate to you, and there has to be value to that, and the value was that they paid, right? That you know they contributed to the market, right? Look at the tracker, content pool. Look at that. That's the money. When people cash out, so I've sat here and I've watched this go up and down. So it's 42.4, now it's 42.3. So people are cashing in and cashing in literally, taking money out. I know it doesn't sound right, but they're cashing in their Lino points for money, and that's where it's coming from, right? So, I mean, it's not a scam. It's backed by the people who are paying for Lino points to contribute to pay that streamer. I mean, I don't know where they're getting their money to monetize. I don't know how they're monetizing, because it's not like it's 90%, 5% for us and 5% for them. It's a complete 100% between the streamer and the people who have locked in points. Now, I guess you could say, right, maybe they have their own accounts. They probably do, where they have given themselves or paid themselves to have Lino points locked in, right? So they are getting a portion of that pool of that 9% daily. Perhaps that's how they're paying for this. Perhaps they've, locked away 20 million Lino points and they're getting 2% of that for every 10 days. So, I mean, that's a lot of money. Well, it isn't. It isn't. I mean, it's pennies, but over time, that's a lot of money, especially if you keep reinvesting that in their locked Lino point. I mean, you could run a quick calculation on compounding interest and see how that quickly goes up. Um, before you know it, a year later, you're at 40, 50 million Lino. Um, so maybe that's how they're paying for it. There's still some unknowns here. I mean, it's not completely polished, right? I mean, I was streaming yesterday and it wouldn't let me stream past the 4,000 bit rate, and that was 720p. I mean, and I'm seeing some streams lag a little bit here and there, and I don't think it's the streamer because I've seen it on several streams. So there's definitely some things I need to work on, and I mean we're looking at this right now. So at prime time seems to be during the day Eastern time. Like I've watched, so I definitely think it's a more a global thing, not necessarily a North American thing. I think it's mainly, you know, Asia and Europe watching these, um, because right now it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 people almost here viewing the different streams, and later tonight I'll sign on and it'll be maybe like 2 or 3 thousand people watching different streams. So it's definitely not hit North America yet, but I believe this is gonna get big, and and there's no good website statistics, and I'm gonna keep my own. I'm gonna start tracking this, right? I'm gonna see how quickly did these viewers line up, right? I mean, today at 6 o'clock, I'm gonna come here and be like, okay, we got 10,000 viewers. Next week, what is it gonna be? Is it gonna be 10,000? Is it gonna be 20,000? Is it gonna be 5,000? Right? And that's going to be affecting the pool, right? So the more viewers, there's always on a big platform, there's always more viewers than there are streamers, right? So the streamers are gonna get 90%. What those streamers do with that money, whether they lock it in right? Whether they lock those Lino points in that they've gotten donated to them, or they cash out, is up to them. But the other 9% that all those new viewers are contributing to all those new streamers and big streamers, that gets put out to the rest of us who have invested and locked in Lino points here. So right now the ratio is 0.2%, right? But I think it's going to go up. I think it's probably going to be 0.3, 0.4% possibly. But I mean, that's crazy. That's in 10 days. That's 4% return. In 100 days, that's 20, 30, 40% return on your investment. Right? This is not a solid investment. It's not backed by anything. This is not a currency. This is a crypto. It's not. I don't even want to use the term cryptocurrency. It's based on a blockchain, right? And right now, cryptocurrencies. The word currency means you can exchange it, right, directly for some USD or whatever it is currency, euro or um, Danish. I don't know what the Danish one is. I don't know. I tried, but I mean, this is more of a like you can cash in. Like here, let me try to show you. Get paid. Oh, that's no longer support get paid function. Don't worry, your submitted payment request will be processed. New get paid dashboard is now available on Dlive. Okay, so we go over here. Get paid. If I get paid, create a new payment request. Okay, so add a new address. Select your payment address. Select your country. No, I'm not. Yeah, sure. United States. Okay, so bank transfer in USD. Payment process 1 business day. Transaction fee 1 USD. Interesting. Weekends and holidays make extend processing time. Next. Alright, so you gotta add your routing number, your address, and there you go. You can do a direct deposit into your bank. Is there a different way to do this? Might be the only way. Right? Okay. So, payment requests are processed every 2 weeks. The next payment processing day is July 2nd. We will process the payment request submitted by 8 p.m. So, there you have it, folks. I mean, this was meant to be an introductory kind of my take on Lino and Dlive and Lino Network and Lino points and how they're locked in and how that's used. And I think, like I said earlier, it's a very novel idea, right? I mean, just the fact that you're getting daily dividends, if you will, back. Who knows what they'll be worth in the future, right? Excuse me. Right now, they're worth about 0.2 pennies. 1.2 USD cents. But in the future, when this is off the test network and it's not a fixed value anymore, right? Will it go up? Will it go down? Nobody knows. Nobody knew with Bitcoin. That thing was at one point like 10 or 11 cents, or I think a little less than that. But that's when it first started. And what is it at today? I think it hit 9,800 USD, $9,800. It may have gone past it. I only looked earlier, or around noon. I'm not sure if it went up or down. But I mean, nobody knows, right? You could have a Lino account and you can let that thing go 2 years from now, as long as you remember everything. Who knows? Maybe it's worth, 10 cents a point. You made it, whatever, doubled your money, whatever you put in. It's. I'm not suggesting people go out and like write a check to themselves for, not write a check, but cash in, tens of thousands of dollars or something and invest in Lino. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm just showing you the current math behind it, the current what I've seen the last 3 days statistically, right? right now, and this is the early stages, folks. This is all right. You only see 10,000 viewers doing all those major streams. Twitch has a lot of views, right? They have a lot of viewers. They have a lot of donations. They have a lot of bits flying around. And I mean, the higher that number goes, 9% of that, the people who are locked in will get 9% of that money. If one day it's $1 million, maybe something huge happened that day, right? One day, $1 million of value. Most likely, a lot of people didn't lock in within that 24 hours because they don't necessarily know how much has been donated within that day. So I'm getting 2% or 0.2% today, and that's based off of what, half a million. I get They get $1 million tomorrow. That's 0.5% in a day, based back on what I got. It, that's it's a it's an exciting concept. I'll just put it at that. So, with that said, feel free to make a Lino account. You know, I have my referral links in the page. You don't need to use them, but I'm putting them there just because. Um, and feel free to drop me a follow. Hopefully, I'll have some more viewers by the time this video hits. And right now, I only have 2 followers. But I mean, I've only been streaming for 2 days, but it's exciting. It's an exciting concept, and hope you found this video informative and interesting. So, thank you for watching.